dear ambassadors, dear friends, I'm delighted to be here with you for the launch of this remarkable event, the Euro-Mediterranean Youth Music Expo. I would like, first of all, to thank the organizers for the excellent job they have done in making it happen and for inviting us to take part. During the next 4 days, you will celebrate young people and their music, and you will enjoy a true melting pot of musical cultures. I am delighted that young musicians from all over the Mediterranean will be able to meet one another as well as with professionals in the field. It is very fitting that all this will happen here in Cyprus. Our island has, for centuries, had strong cultural ties with the Middle East and the Arab world, and its unique position between 3 continents makes it the ideal place for today's event. The Euro-Arab Youth Music Center that you will launch during the Expo takes stock of this setting to improve cooperation among key stakeholders in the fields of youth and music, and therefore enable an increased number of young people from European and Arab countries to participate in and create educational and social music programs that make a difference. It will be an occasion for you to begin future partnerships, promote your work, and learn about international music cooperation. I am certain you will benefit from your participation also in a much longer term and in manifold ways. And we will all benefit with you. Music is a universal language with a unique capacity to bring people together, and especially young people. We are supporting today's event through our culture program because it is a wonderful way to highlight the richness of our cultural diversity. We are also providing conditions for young talents to develop their skills and to work across borders. I am convinced that such initiatives, by stimulating dialogue and understanding among artists and cultural professionals from both sides of the Mediterranean, will contribute to the closer development of our communities. I would like to see even more events like this in the future, which is why I have proposed an even stronger creative program for the period 2014-2020.
We are Kolonien from Sweden, and my name is Eric Rusk, and I play bass and guitar and sing in the band.
My name is Anna, and I play the violin and I sing as well.
My name is Misha, and I play the percussions and sing.
That's right, I am Arvid Rask, and I play guitar and sing as well. Sometimes play the mandola, and yeah, we write our own music, and it takes a long time, but it's worth it.
Indeed.
It's really lovely place, lovely venue and atmosphere, and it gives a lot of inspiration and widen our perspectives and the way we can use music and how we can use it as a tool, and to see all the different positive things that music has to bring. And we have already been using it unconsciously, but now we can use it more consciously with an aim, I think.
Yeah, and it's also very good for networking. You meet a lot of very interesting musicians and organizers, and you go to very interesting workshops and meet a lot of interesting people, and it's very well organized, I would say.
Yes.
Everything, yeah, the program is very good. You get time to rest, so because it's really warm, so you need to rest, and it's just enough information, and it's very nice. The things we've done before have more been focusing on practical music interaction,
yeah,
and here it's more about, it's a lot of theory and you learn a lot, but it's more about, yeah, you have to do something with it yourself, and it's focusing on your band, how to promote your band and your own music.
I think a program like this is always new, and you always learn something new from it, and it's always really beneficial. Even if we've done several programs like this, you can do it 100 times,
yeah, it's
and
never the same.
It's never the same, and you always learn new stuff from it.
It depends a lot of what persons you meet here,
Yeah.
I think. And of course, that's new persons every time.
My name is Buddha, play percussion in Karakeeb band.
I'm Magid Mohammed from Egypt, playing guitars with Karakeeb band.
Hey, I'm Sharif Ghali from Karakeeb. I'm the vocal. I'm from Egypt.
Hello, I'm Ahmed Rimo. I'm the manager for the group Karakeeb band from Egypt.
Hello, my name is Ala. I play bass guitar with Karakeeb band from Egypt.
Hi, I'm John, and I play piano with Karakeeb from Egypt.
Hello, I'm Rod, play electric guitar with Karakeeb band from Egypt.
Hello, my Ahmed Izzat with Karakeeb band playing drums.
I think it's a very good experience to meet people from all over the world, merging all those different cultures, the Western culture and the Eastern culture, and to gather all those musicians from all over the world, being friends, being creative. I think so. It doesn't matter what's your color, what's your language, and what's your religion. It's the music, the international language which everybody can understand it. So it's a very interesting experience, and it's very useful, and we are so grateful to be here, and especially to thank the team which worked on this, not only during the Expo but before it, with about 4 or 5 months, especially Ninad. I appreciate this man so much. He's doing a lot for us. He's helping us and providing us with all the information we need to finish our papers and to be here with you in the Expo.
ثورة تاني طول ما في حلم وأماني ثورة تاني طول ما في حلم وأماني هنصر الحق وهضحي حتى لو غزكم عماني ثورة تاني طول ما في حلم وأماني ثورة تاني طول ما في حلم وأماني هنصر الحق وهضحي حتى لو غزكم عماني طول ما في ضرب وإهانة، طول ما في ظلم ومهانة، طول ما نورنا اللي في زمانة لسه من العتمة بيعاني، طول ما في ضرب وإهانة. Medan een kei staat erin, zelf medelijden en een hoopje vol verdriet. Toch kan ik niet geloven hoeveel sterren vannacht staan. Ik kan ook niet begrijpen waarom ik u niet kan laten gaan. En niet kan laten gaan. Je luistert naar de Sterrenblues. Ik slaap alleen vannacht. Ik ga graag met u gevechten. Wat had je dan gedacht? Ik zit in de problemen, maar dat wist je toch al lang. Ik moet nu iets bekennen. Zonder u ben ik in donker.
Hi, I'm Steve, Steve Lawson that is, from England, and I'm here, I was here to speak about sustainability for artists because as well as managing my own career as a solo bass player, I work with an organisation called New Music Strategies, and we help bands and organisations and artists and people working in the various music industries to think about the way that things are changing, particularly relating to the internet. And so I was here to kind of help some of the bands and some of the artists to think through some of the issues around the relationship between their art and making the art itself sustainable, actually thinking about their focus on that. It's been an amazing few days. The quality of the artists that have been presented here has really surprised me. I've been to a lot of events like this where there was, you know, it was a little bit shaky and there were a couple of standouts, but here it's been amazing. I mean, it's been the breadth of style and talent available. When I was talking on Twitter about the issue of sustainability in art the other day, and a friend of mine said to me, having only caught the end of the conversation, he said it's really important when you talk about sustainability to think about biodiversity, because he thought it was an environmental sustainability issue. But actually that is a metaphor for what went on here. The biodiversity of the culture represented here is so broad. There was very little repetition of culture. And so we got to see a really wide spread of what Europe and the Mediterranean region and the Arab nations have to offer. And it bodes well for the future. It really does make me think that we're looking at a brave new frontier for the sharing of culture and the integration of different cultures in both in just creating art, but also using art as a vehicle for finding a way forward. And that's really exciting. Greatest list of advice I've ever seen for musicians. If you just Google Danny Rose, how to make a living playing music, you'll find it. But there's a key point in there where he's talking about the kind of things you'll have to do to sustain your art. And he says the number one principle is to make the art focus. He said because if your focus is yourself as an artist, then there are things that you will consider beneath you. And you'll say, well, I'm going to flip burgers for a living. No, that's not what I'm a musician, I'm an artist, I'm a creator. This isn't what I should be doing. I shouldn't work in a bookshop. I should be out doing my job. This is, you know, that we have a very high sense of ourselves as creative beings. Whereas if the art is the focus, you'll do anything that's required in order to protect that, in order to make that possible. And so the shift in my focus probably about 10 years ago, from thinking about sustainability as being about being able to make money from music, became a focus on the sustainability of the art itself. The sustainability was about the ability to make art and the ability to keep making art. The production of art and the expression of my creative self never got in the way of its own continuation. Because the old record industry, how many of you have released recorded music? How many of you have put out CDs, vinyl, cassettes, MP3s, downloads, that kind of thing? The old model was wholly unsustainable. The statistics around it are quite shocking. That 9 out of 10 records on established labels fail to recoup on their advance. That's a 90% failure rate from the artist's perspective, which is it's not how any business can function like that for our owners. It's because we're stupid, that's why, but that's okay. So for the artists, it was never a particularly sustainable proposition. The number of my friends and peers who were in bands for 8, 9, 10 years, signed a record deal and split up within 18 months is alarming. That's the common path, that we spend 9 years loving what we do, we get signed, we get promised a certain level of success, we get nearly there, we get a level of success that previously would have been unimaginable, but because it didn't meet those expectations that were presented, we are now £250,000 in debt, we no longer own our own art, and in order to extricate ourselves from that, the band splits up. And I think it's a tragedy. I think it's a terrible thing. I think it's awful that the thing that we consider expresses our interface with the world. Because for me, as a musician, the music I make is about my connection with the world. I hope that when people hear what I do and meet me, that the two make sense together, that it's not incongruous, that there's a connection between them. I once got asked on a panel how I would define success in my own terms. And I said, well, the only measure that I have that I'm consistently happy with is that my audience are people I want to go for dinner with. And the fact that I connect with a bunch of people that I really like, I think for me is a measure of success. I've got various friends who have controlling orders out on their fans and kind of scared of them and think of them as terrifying stalker types. That's a bit of a problem to deal with if you're making art with people that you think are psychopaths. It's probably not a great situation to be in. But for me, to connect with people who, just through the music, I've managed to draw people together that I find interesting, that find me interesting. So there's a community that forms around it, and that the art becomes the social object around which that community forms.
Travel like like me, I'm here singing songs tonight. With the gravel right under my feet, myself alone I meet. It is dwelling in a restless soul, the freedom of the road. It's over. This way ain't the way for me no more. What will you do when it's over? Who knows where I'm supposed to go? What will you do when it's over? Longing for a calm and peaceful mind. What will you do when it's over? Voices are calling for me now. What will you do when it's over? Like always, it grows until it burns. Giving the moment all my focus and love. Yet I had a question in the back of my brain. Who knows where I'm supposed to go?
In this term, I would like to thank you for being during the Euro-Mediterranean Youth Music Expo in Limassol, for your contribution, for discussions, for thinking about each other, about the other side of Mediterranean, about of yourselves. And it is indeed our great pleasure and honor to have you with us. Today, we are opening the Euro-Arab Youth Music Center. Euro-Arab Youth Music Center has been boiling as an idea for very many time. We believe Cyprus and Limassol are a perfect place for meeting between two cultures, two civilizations that has a huge has contributed a lot to the world cultural heritage, so we wanted to open another chapter for cooperation, specifically for young people and in music. But before we proceed, let's hear a little bit what we call typical European cultural music heritage: Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Andante, and Ferenc Farkas Hungarian dance performed by Webern Winds Quintet from Vienna, Austria. Thank you very much.
Dear friends, for επιλογή today, and I think for Limassol also, it's a big day. In 20 years life as επιλογή, we have many special days, but I think today it's the biggest. 2 years now we discuss for this moment, the last 2 years I think. And now we are here to celebrate the opening for this Euro-Arab Euro-Arab house, office, our house I think. It will be our house for the next years. So I feel very proud because through the discussions the last 2 years we bring the reality, and now we are here to celebrate this excellent moment. I'm sure that through the dialogue, the next years,
Excellencies, President of Epilogi Cultural Movement Limassol, Mr. Kostas Konstantinou, President of Jeunesse Musicale International, Mr. Peter Igdal, Representative of the General Secretariat of the League of Arab States, Dr. Mamdouh Mousli, colleagues, members of the Executive Council, representatives of the Arab countries and members of the Academic Commission at the Arab Academy of Music, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to extend the warmest regards of Dr. Ratiba Al-Hifni, President of the Arab Academy of Music. She asked me to convey her sincerest wishes for the success of this great event. Unfortunately, Dr. Al-Hifni was unable to attend due to her illness, where she has to stay at home in Cairo. I wish her a quick recovery and to regain her strength again quickly to be with us soon in another occasion. It's for the second time in the history of the Arab Academy of Music where we hold an official gathering in a European country. In 1989, we met in the Arab World Institute in Paris, France. And today, and after 23 years here, we meet again through this generous invitation of Epilogi Cultural Movement in Limassol, Cyprus, to inaugurate the Euro-Arab Youth Music Center. What is advantageous about establishing this center here in Limassol is the fact that Cyprus, although a European country, is also the nearest point to the Arab world, not only geographically, but also socially, culturally, traditionally, heritage and population-wise. The Arab Academy of Music finds in establishing the Euro-Arab Youth Music Center here in Limassol an opportunity to foster the dialogue of the youth of both regions in what is of interest to them and to their future, using music as a tool of communication and understanding. Surely, this communication has to be implemented through different projects and functions that we hope will shed light on the problem and challenges the youth face in both regions. In order to plan to overcome such problems and challenges while respecting and not endangering the diversity and the nature of the musics of each region, Constructive planning based on best practices will surely lead the European and Arab youth to a brighter musical future. In the 70s of the 20th century, I learned in education to cherish individual differences while teaching in classrooms. In the case of the Euro-Arab Youth Music Center, we have to take this into consideration, to take the individual differences of the communities which form the populations of the two regions. In this way, we ensure the sustainability and success of this center. This inauguration is a historic moment. On my behalf and on behalf of my colleagues at the AAM, that is the Arab Academy of Music, we would like to extend our thanks to Epilogi and Jeunesse Musicale for this tripartite initiative. Also, I'd like to extend our deep thanks for the generosity and hospitality provided by Epilogi, represented by its president, Mr. Kostas Konstantino, and its executive director, Mr. Nenad Bogdanovic. Last but not least, a word of appreciation to the European Union for the generous support which allowed this project to see the light. Thank you.
Mr. Representatives of the Arab Academy of Music, dear friends, I will not keep you away from lunch too long, but I really want to say something. And I also want to repeat some things I said in the opening of the Expo. Oops, sorry. I said in the beginning that this whole event here will be a success, and I think I was right. I also said that the success was a result of, as we also heard here, a long process of discussion, meetings, shared ambitions, and respectful thinking and respectful meetings. And this is necessary, and it is exactly as Mr. Kifa said, we need this time to develop a true relationship between each other. I also said that the event would be a success thanks to Epilogi, and I was also right. Now it's the time to not stop after these processes. Now it's time to use the knowledge and experience and the contacts and all that's invested into a long-term project. And this is the Euro-Arab Youth Music Center that we are formally to inaugurate today. This is one of the most exciting moments in the life of JMI when it comes to contact with a new continent, a new culture. We are shameless. We are ashamed that we have so little experience, so little done when it comes to the contact with the rich Arab culture. This will be a change. Now is the time to change it. And thanks to all the initiatives, all the ambitions, and the strong work of, again, Nenad Bogdanovic, this will become true. And I really welcome you to this center. I'm very happy that it will happen. And congratulations and thank you.